3. All right, we are in once again. A very warm welcome to another episode of Fauza's Diary. If you are looking for something little and yet motivating, then you have stumbled upon the right show. That's the beauty about my diaries. They inspire us, they encourage us, but also they make us think and see what else can we do, especially in this season that we are in. Joining me on this conversation today is my sister friend, Anna Marini. She's Greek, my favorite island, fell in love with a Dutchman, and now she calls the Netherlands her home country. She is the manager of Afraton Marine BV. Welcome, Anna, and thank you so much for joining me on my diaries.
Nice to be here with you, Fauza, and nice to see you again.
So happy to see you. I haven't seen you for a really long time now, so I'm happy that you've agreed to have this conversation with me. And as a manager of Afraton Marine, Anna, how is the current situation impacting your business, your organization, your business, and what kind of actions are you taking to cope with the situation that we are in at the moment?
Well, I am a manager at the sales department, and sales is actually, as for all the companies, the most powerful, I think, department of a company, because from there, that department makes the company move. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of difficulties because in the marine industry, there are a lot of issues that we have to deal because of the COVID-19 situation. One of them is that we cannot have engineers go on board, mm-hmm. Or they have to go with a lot of special precautions. At the beginning, we couldn't go on board. Now we start being able to go, but with a lot of measurements being taken. We also have issues that have to deal with our customers, that they face financial issues, so they are not willing to invest at this moment a lot. Mm. So it's a kind of chain reaction of a lot of different parameters, of course. What we try to do is encourage the customers with extended payment terms. Mm-hmm. We used to be stricter, now we try to be a bit more flexible for them. And we do, as sales department, we do several actions, better prices, extra benefits for our products in order to stimulate more sales in the business. And okay. This works. It works at least at a certain level. We cannot be how we were, but it works a bit, yes.
All right. I'm just curious, maybe for someone who is joining us on this conversation, what kind of services are you offering, Anna?
You mean on board?
Yeah.
Well, we are selling electronics for vessels, so everything that has to do with the bridge of a big boat, mm-hmm. And also smaller, but we are a bit more specialized in the bigger ships. We offer all kinds of communication and navigation equipment that they ensure the safety on board, especially for the human lives, of course. There are specific regulations that frame this kind of electronics to be on board. So the ship owners have to follow specific rules for electronics, because, as I said, it has to do with human lives, and it has to do with the reduction of accidents in the sea. Okay. So the services we offer, basically, it is go on board, install the equipment, or repair the equipment in case there's a problem with it.
Okay, well, that is very important, actually.
Yes, it is very important.
I've never done a cruise, actually, because I'm always like, is it safe? Is it, I'm always...
Cruises are great. You should, if you try, it's a life-changing, really. I know that you always want to take a plane.
Yes.
But also, if you make a cruise, you will change your mind about a lot of things. It's really nice.
Yeah, I think we need to plan a girls' trip. We do this together. Okay.
Definitely, we will.
Yes. So moving on to our conversation. Now that you've told us, the services that you offer, and also you have some hiccups based on what's happening with COVID-19. Do you think there will be big changes when Corona ends then for your organization?
Well, the thing is that during this period, we do not have any negative measurements for the personnel. We just try to go on. If this goes on for a long time, it will be a problem. And yes, I'm sure there will be measurements, because you cannot make 30, right now we have something like 30% reduction of our total revenue. So if you go 30% less, you cannot go on with the same personnel, for example, and the same costs. So we will have to find ways of being more healthy, staying healthy, yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only your organization. I mean, this is a global issue that has really jeopardized a lot of businesses and all that. So yeah, we have to do what we can do with what we have, you know, so that we can at least sustain the businesses, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And so in this season, based on this difficult season that we are in, Anna, do you see new opportunities for your industry?
Well, at this moment, extra opportunities, there are not. No, unfortunately. Normally, there were a lot of plants, maybe a little bit, okay, we are specialized in marine, but we are, part of us is also a manufacturer in Japan, that they also construct land equipment. So that right now could be an opportunity.
Okay.
But it's difficult to exploit the opportunity at this moment. So we have to wait a little bit and see, keep going, keeping our head above the water, and how the following 2 months with the COVID-19 will develop.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just curious then to hear what strategy of your organization, what will be your strategy when Corona is contained?
Well, I think that what we're going to do, if it's finished, we're going to go back to the same situation and try to find ways of stimulate more sales. And this will happen by giving initiatives to our customers, basically to start buying again. But I think that when this resumes, the business will go back to normal. I'm pretty sure about that, because we started in a fantastic year. This year was a great year. Economy was really high. Everything was going great. And this happened. So I want to believe that we will start where we left it.
Okay. That's at least that's some good news there, isn't it? It's not like things will keep on crumbling and crumbling. So yeah, we just have to.
Well, you know, because this COVID was not an economic crisis, really. We were not in an economic crisis. It came as an economic crisis. It became, actually.
Yeah.
But the world was quite in a good level economically in general. But now all of a sudden, you know, the oil business, the oil is something that influences a lot the world economy, and oil prices will down. People are not commuting anymore as much. Planes are not flying as much. So oil is needed less, and oil is something that rules the economy, the world economy. So this, I think, it will fix a lot of issues as soon as the COVID-19 stops.
Yeah, I'm just thinking as we are on this conversation, because I'm aware that I know that Netherlands actually, they were a bit late, or a bit, the Dutch are always a bit easy on a lot of things. And how are you working? Like, did you have like a proper lockdown? Were you working from home, or were you able to go to your work?
No, Netherlands followed the rule of intelligent lockdown, as they called it, which means that we never really were 100% locked down like in other countries. So I personally never stopped going to work. I was going less, maybe 2-3 times a week, but I never stopped. And we always members of my team were they were at the office, they were coming, but never all of us at the same time. So we try to schedule that we are 50% there and 50% working from home. It worked fine. We learned to all our meetings via Teams, basically. So this became is really now part of our life. So I think Microsoft is one of the winners of this COVID-19.
Yeah, I think Microsoft is happy.
Yes. Well, I don't think they're happy with the COVID, but they're happy with their sales.
With their sales, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we learn to do that, and it's now part of our life.
Yeah, wow.
Of course, we in Netherlands we had quite some deaths and quite some sick people, but this did not. Let's say the government chose not to lock down in order not to influence the economy so much. So okay, we had more deaths, but the economy, let's say, kept it a little bit going.
Okay.
Moving, a little bit moving.
Which is good, actually. I think, yeah.
It's good, but okay, we also lost a lot of human life.
Yeah,
that's
right.
More than 1,000 people dead the last months from COVID.
That's a lot. Thank you so much for sharing, Anna. And, I was just curious to hear also how the Dutch government, they handled this whole situation. So thank you for tapping into that. It was not actually part of my question, but I just felt like I needed to hear how differently did they handle this whole situation. And what would be your advice to people? You are the sales manager for Marini. You shared that you have a few hiccups here and there, but still going, still positive. What would be your advice?
Well, my advice, I am positive in general. I'm a positive person. So I think that in difficult situations, we do have to find ways to survive. It is right now for many companies a survival issue. For many companies, it's not as a big issue as for others. I'm not in a company that is in the front line of the problem, like airline companies, hotels, restaurants, etc. But we are, of course, influenced like all companies in the world are influenced. So my advice is to stay positive, keep struggling and working hard. And I think that if we work hard, and of course, if the vaccination comes, because we are all dependent also on the vaccination to come quickly into our lives, if all this happen, I think we will survive this. At least we are in better position in this pandemic than 100 years ago with the Spanish influenza. Or we do not look at the sky and ask ask the God to help us only. We also ask the science to help us, and that's very important. I think.
True. That's very true. Wow, powerful there, Anna. Thank you so much, my sweetheart. For sharing honestly. That's the reason why I host this conversation. It's because I want when people they watch, they really have that understanding that yes, this is happening, but other people are doing it, in A, B, C, D. So I love the honesty conversation. And for you, my viewers, you've heard from Anna. She has shared from her own heart and based on her own experience. It's not easy, but what she said, we just have to keep being positive, keep struggling. I love that. Keep struggling, keep struggling and keep doing it and stay positive. Also, be intentional and find other ways to survive, because this COVID-19, it shall come to pass. And when it does, where will you be? Do you want to be caught in the self-pity, or this is not working, or that didn't work? What are you doing? What strategies are you putting in place? Because this shall come to an end. Thank you so much, Anna, for joining me in this conversation, and thank you for sharing. I'm sure this is going to inspire and encourage a lot of people.
Thank you very much also for having me, Fauza.
Thank you, and stay safe. And I miss you, and I send you a virtual hug and a virtual love.
And one back to you.
See you soon, Hannah.
Bye-bye, Fauza.
Bye.